DJs, you show up to your gig, you hook everything up, and now it's time to test the equipment. Whoops, something doesn't work right. What do you do? Being prepared for as many situations as possible can prevent you from having a disaster of a gig. This past weekend I set up for my video DJ gig using my iPad and DJay Pro like I always do. Unfortunately, I was not able to get my videos on the screen in the venue. I think I found the solution and I'd like to share it with you so you never find yourself in this situation either. Hello, my name is John of FITDJc.com and I've been a professional DJ for over a quarter century. Just over a year ago I switched to DJay Pro on the iPad and I absolutely love it. I switched from Serato and DJay Pro on the iPad quickly became my new favorite DJ software. One of my favorite things about using DJay Pro is that video is included at no extra charge. Two of the venues that I DJ at regularly like to have video DJs and I like to deliver to my clients. Unfortunately, this past weekend I showed up to my gig, connected everything as usual, and I couldn't get my visuals on the bar's TV screens. Now, one downfall of using DJay Pro on the iPad is your connection to your controller is only as good as the USB-C adapter you have in your bag. And this also goes for playing videos and DJing video with DJay Pro. To make sure I have options for a good connection, I carry 3 different adapters to all of my gigs. Now, I've played at this particular venue many times, and 2 of my 3 adapters have always worked for me and allowed me to put videos on the screens until this past weekend. I kept it cool. I told the venue my system was having trouble connecting to theirs for some reason, and I just DJ'd regularly with audio all night long. Now, they have other DJs that come through there that don't play videos, so this was not that big of a deal. I actually had a really good set, and the night was super fun despite not having the videos up. But next time I'm back there, I'd like my system to work with theirs properly. In this video, I'd like to document my process of figuring out this issue, and I hope to educate you on how you can prevent this from happening at your next video DJ gig. Now, at this venue, there's only one HDMI cable to plug into, and it's zip tied to the DJ booth, and the video matrix is locked up in an audio rack, and there was no way to access it. I couldn't swap HDMI cables, couldn't try different inputs, and there was no way for me to tech out their system to try to solve the problem. Through some research at a later time, I discovered that when I connected my iPad to the bar's video matrix system, and yes, this is a real term, a proper HDMI handshake could not be established, likely due to a missing or incomplete EDID signal. I didn't know what that was until this research either. So basically, due to the iPad requiring adapters to connect to video systems, this problem is more common than you think, which is why one of my adapters historically would not work and 2 would. Now, why it wouldn't work this past Saturday, I don't know. I think the order I connected everything together was slightly different and a connection could not be established. Apparently, this handshake failure often happens when the adapter, iPad, and video switcher are not fully compatible or they don't see each other at the right time. Through some research, I discovered that you can purchase a small box to keep in your bag called an HDMI EDID Emulator. From what I understand, an EDID emulator will ensure the connection between the iPad and a video matrix system. I found 2 on Amazon. I plan to order both of them, test them, and see if I can prevent this from happening again. Okay, so here we are on Amazon. The product that I have read about was called the Dr. HDMI, and it's not that terribly expensive, and it's supposed to be pretty small. And I also discovered this one here, which is about half the price, and so what I think I'm going to do is grab both of these. Okay, order is placed. When these arrive, I'll take them down to the bar and test them out, see how they work. All right, got a package today. Looks like it's those emulators I ordered the other day. I'm gonna open this up, see how they work. Now, I already know that my iPad over here with my USB-C HDMI adapter always works with the computer monitor behind me. So what I wanna do is just make sure that if I put these emulators in the signal chain, that it'll pass HDMI signal. Once I know that for sure, I'll take them down to the bar and test them out. Let's see how it goes. All right, so first up we have the Dr. HDMI. This is supposed to be the one to solve the problem for me, and hopefully for you too. It is the more expensive one, runs around 80 bucks, but I hear it's, and from what I've read, it's the best. Now this is the other one. This one is kind of off-brand. I don't even remember who makes it, but here's what it is. Yeah, here it is, the HDMI EDID Manager. Now, this thing's nice and tiny, easy to carry around. From what I understand, the other one, the Dr. HDMI, is a little bit more intuitive, where it has push buttons and stuff, where this one has some dip switches. So we'll see what works. All right, got the Dr. HDMI open, and this is also portable. Really cool. Doesn't really have a manual with it from what I can see, but the default settings are labeled clearly on the back, so it looks like it's going to be pretty easy to use. I'm excited to get this plugged in and test it out. Okay, so while filming the other night, I didn't realize that I was short an HDMI cable to execute this test. So I had to go to the store and get a new one, and it gave me the opportunity to create this graphic to show you the video signal flow on how this is going to work. So if you take your iPad and you connect a USB-C adapter to it, from there you run an HDMI cable represented by the blue arrow to the HDMI emulator, and then from there you run another HDMI cable to the video matrix. That is how this connects. So I don't have a video matrix at home, but I do have a computer monitor behind me. So I want to test and make sure these emulators work with my computer monitor, and if so, then I will test them at the bar and see which one works better. Let's go. Okay, up first I have connected the HDMI EDID Manager. I had to mess with the dip switches a little bit to get the right setting, but I got it to work. I have a video up on the screen. Let's go ahead and now test the Dr. HDMI. All right, so now I have the Dr. HDMI connected, and so far this is working great. Of the two, so far I prefer the Dr. HDMI, even though it's twice as much, coming in around $80. What I like about it is it can get power from the HDMI cable, whereas the other emulator, that one needed to be plugged into the wall in order to work. Also, I plugged this in, I got video right away. I didn't have to mess with anything. It recognized what I needed to do, and it started putting video on the screens, whereas the other emulator, which is about half the price, I had to mess with the dip switches, find the right setting. Of course, like I said, plug it into the wall. So it was a little bit more of a hassle. So far, I'm liking this one. I'm gonna take both of these down to the bar, see what works better on an actual video matrix system, and we'll see what happens. I also should mention that the Dr. HDMI does come with a power cord, so you can hook it up to a power source, so that way it takes some of the strain off your HDMI signal. But for, I think, video DJing and plugging in and being able to get up and running as fast as possible, so far I'm really liking this one. So again, let's take it to the bar and see what happens. All right, check it out. Here I am at Shenanigans House of Beer, and I'm hooking up the emulators to see which one works. All right, so I started with the Dr. HDMI. I got it plugged in. There's my iPad, and then here is the video switcher. And as you can see, there it is, DJ video preview. My videos are showing up. All right, so now I got the HDMI EDID manager connected, and as you can see on the matrix, my video preview is working. All right, so both emulators are working, and they work here on this video matrix system. So now it's just a matter of deciding which one I'd like to keep. So here I am back in the home studio with my wrap up on the two emulators, and here's my take. The EDID manager worked really well. It's portable, it's small, it's solid, it's constructed of metal, and it worked. It got the job done, and it's only $45. The one thing I didn't like about it, actually the two things I didn't like about it, was a little bit more cumbersome to make it work because you had to figure out the dip switches to get the video signal to pass through it. And then the other thing I didn't like about it is The only way it would work is plugged into the wall with a power supply, which is not ideal. Sometimes we don't have a spare power outlet in our DJ booths or in our DJ setups. Again, for 45 bucks, if you could deal with those things, that's great. It also did come with a user manual that was actually very helpful to get it connected and get it working. But my money is on the Dr. HDMI. Yes, it's about $90. I know I said $80 earlier in the video, but it is $89. But to me, it seemed worth all the money. When I plugged it in, it got video right away. Everything worked. Yeah, it didn't have a manual, but very intuitive. On the back of the device, it has the different settings for your common situations that you would need HDMI help. And yeah, this worked really easy, plugged in, good to go. It also does come with a cord that plugs into power to power the device, to take some of the strain off your HDMI signal. The cord that comes with it is a USB cable. You might have a spare USB port more often than you might have a power outlet, or this could just be easier to hook up, takes up less space. Either way, it works, and yeah, my money's on the Dr. HDMI. Solved the problem, and I'm looking forward to keeping it in my DJ bag and using it more and more often. And that's it. That's my wrap up on the emulators and how I solved my video matrix issue with DJing on the iPad on DJay Pro. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please give it a like. If you have anything that you'd like to add, please drop it in the comments. What are you doing? Are you doing video DJing? Are you using Serato? Are you on the iPad? Are you using DJay Pro on your laptop or even your phone? We'd love to hear that. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Take care and stay awesome.